And okay, maybe not, but this guy is kind of like the Batman to the supervillains, able to steal pretty much any identity that the Avengers had and use it against them. I don't know if he's ever stolen the Incredible Hulk's strengths from him. I don't think so.
Doesn't ring a bell, no.
But I do know he's gotten into Iron Man's suit where he adapts it to himself. He's gotten a replica of Captain America's shield on him.
Well, when it comes to stealing gadgets and technology, that's what he's strongest at.
And he's a really good fighter. And it does take all four of them to eventually take him down. And he's just a normal man. Just kind of like Batman, just went on the wrong side of the stick for that one. Always a good story when he appears in something. Even better when he appears in with Hydra. And there are many villains because he is one of the Hydra's training scouts and one of the Red Skull's favorite go-to guys. Red Skull is, I think he's underrated as far as the villainous worlds go. What do you think?
I think he's more, it's not so much that he's underrated. I think it's more that he's, it's a time period thing. Because, he's from the World War II era. And I think if you're more like me where, we like the ultra-high technology villains, I think it's just a matter of preference. If you like the old school Golden Age comics, then you're a Red Skull fan. There's no question about it.
I think the man's a genius. And some of the ideas he comes up with, like starting an anti-Avengers group, trying to get the villains together that have been getting their butts kicked by the Avengers.
It's not a bad... No, I'm not saying there's any... I'm not saying anything bad about him. I'm just saying it just has that whole aura, if that's the right word, that whole aura of Nazis and which it's supposed to, but it's kind of like it's old to me.
Right,
but disrespect to the hideous creature, but it's a little old to me.
No, he's got to keep living though. He's got to keep in the eyes of the young there because without Red Skull, we wouldn't have the Avengers. We need him there, all right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, without Satan banging Eve, we wouldn't have, the Christian religion either. But
let's not go there on Chuckles Crypt.
My point is, sometimes we have to leave things in. Just because we have an origin of something doesn't mean we have to keep it.
Yeah, well, let's not go there with the other stuff because I don't need to be clearing out my mailbox because it's a lot harder to get to the computer I am.
All right, well, let's stick with villains then.
Yeah.
Let's go. Just because Superman and Lex Luthor became enemies. Because Superman made Lex Luthor go bald and lose his hair. We don't, we don't have to, some things have been left behind for a reason.
Right.
So we need to modernize, we need to go forward. That's all I'm saying. A lot of the comics villains and heroes from the 30s, 40s, even 50s, they don't have the same impact they do today as they did then. They just don't. And I think, to me, and again, not to Chuckles, not to a lot of people, but I think the Red Skull is one of them. Unless you want to, unless you make like the Captain America movie and it's a period piece, then it's then it's great. But not in this modern day and time, no.
Now you've watched the Captain America movie, right?
So yeah, both of them. Yeah.
You watched basically Red Skull going down with what you perceive going down with Captain America, and they don't fish him out.
Right.
I'm under the impression he's still around. And that came up to me a lot at the end of Captain America's movie there where, was it the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver was there.
In the great tradition of comics, the villain is always still around.
Yeah, he's still there. Everybody thinks he's gone, but he's not. He's incognito waiting to...
No, I agree with you 100% there. No, he's still there, yes.
Yeah. If you think that the Marvel Universe likes to destroy their villains, you get another thing coming. They like to rise them from the dead more than...
Actually, they'll kill their heroes for good before they'll kill their villains.
Yeah, I mean, these villains have risen more times than Jason Voorhees has.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes creating a good villain is harder than creating a good hero. You can always make another good guy, but making someone people truly hate takes talent.
And it's hard for me to hate these guys. I really do like them.
It's a love-hate thing. It always is when you have a great villain.
Except for this guy right here. Number 9, Korvac. Kind of boring. Not one of my favorites.
Who is he?
Exactly.
I'm like the least
I
comic
don't
knowledge
get
over
why he's
here.
up here in number 9, but whatever. Maybe the other folks there have more.
But see, here's the thing. You dislike him because he's boring, not because of his character. See, I agreed with what you said a minute ago, 100%. A great villain is not boring. A great villain is memorable, and we can't help but. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the venue is. I mean, in Star Wars, there would be no Star Wars without Darth Vader.
Right.
There would be no Silence of the Lambs without Hannibal Lecter. There would be. We can't help but root for the villain. At least we can't.
I love the villains. I don't know about you guys.
I think everybody in this room. I mean, yeah, we do.
I think we're all just biased.
Maybe, twisted a little, biased. I mean, we use, it depends what, how courteous we want to be to ourselves.
Pretty much.
Or deceptive to our audience. But
You want to be deceptive to his audience? Let's be deceptive and go down and play some good guy music. That's very deceptive right there. Oh, we're going to do that. But it's not really good guy music. You guys know this group very well. Here on Chuckles Crypt, Rhode Island Free Radio, a little Black Sabbath's Iron Man. There we go with the creepy X-Files music. I love that. Hey, why not? Why not a little X-Files to pull in? X-Files has some good villains, although we're not on X-Files.
No, I tell you, this. It's a good thing this is only an hour show because we'll run out of Avengers villains to talk about, like really, cheerfully and excitedly.
No, I won't. Won't happen because I got a good one on here that people don't really think about.
You mean? Well, I don't mean we're just going to talk for a half hour about one person.
No, we can. If we, there goes some villainous gas right there.
Producer has broken wind. We will continue as best we can. Go ahead.
Now, number 8. I do not agree with this one. I think she should have been a lot higher up the list, and as far as villains for the Avengers,
because of what it says in our little bio right here.
Well, just for the fact that there's not too many characters in the Avengers world, nor the Marvel universe, that tap into the power of magic. And Scarlet Witch does. And the power of magic in the Marvel universe is supposed to be so outlandishly strong because there isn't too many characters that are able to do that. She's able to manipulate time. She's able to manipulate what you see. She's a deadly character. Plus her father being the one and only Magneto. So she learned from the best how to be a villain. Don't agree with number 8, but that's what they gave her. So whoever put this list together, the hell of you.
Well, I think the person that put the list together, I'm reading a little bio here quickly, and I think the reason that she's number 8, according to this person, is because she was only a villainess for a very short time.
Doesn't matter if you're a short time.
I'm not
or
saying I agree with that. I'm just saying that seems to be the logic here.
She
that
still had
counts.
a very high body count of knocking the Avengers out.
That's what it says. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, four dead, legitimate, real Avengers, right?
I mean, that's pretty high enough.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a nasty character. If you guys ever get the chance to read, a good crossover is the Avengers versus the JLA. And one of the things that happens when she goes over into the DC universe is she taps into the power of DC's magic. Now, DC likes magical creatures and characters and villains. They're all over that. So when she goes in there and feels how strong this power is, she becomes an uber villain, even in the DC world. She becomes someone not to mess with. Very strong villain. Number 7, I don't know.
Well, before we get off the Scarlet Witch, I just want to put in my 2 cents that, she was an Avenger for quite a while, but I never liked her in the Avengers. I mean, some people should be villains.
Yeah, she's a good one. She's an X-Men villain from times past. She needs to stay a villain. Number 7, not a fan of this one, only because the fact that I'm not a Spider-Man fan.
Well, the fact that Norman Osborn, who is number 7, is not an Avengers villain.
Yeah, and they put him in here.
Because the roster is very thin.
Right. They put him up there saying, yep, he appeared at one point in time and was fighting the Avengers, so he's an Avengers villain. To give him number 7, I don't think so. That guy's, even in the Spider-Man world, he's lame.
He's appropriate in the Spider-Man world. He's appropriate. He's not, how would you put this? I mean, I like the Green Goblin, by the way, in the Spider-Man universe. So, full disclosure here, as they say. But no, the problem, Chuckles, it just does not belong on this list at all. Firelord appeared in a Spider-Man comic. That does not make him a Spider-Man villain. You know what I'm saying? Take it out.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but this is what they put inside this list, and I'm going by there. I know
it, but I'm just disagreeing with this list.
And number 6, whoever put this character in at number 6 should be kicked right in the jimmy.
Yeah, now Chuckles is ready for war.
Yeah, this is whoever did this. You are an idiot. To put him in as number 6, you don't read the Avengers comics. Whoever did this must have been taking some sort of medicinal medicine when putting this list together. To put Thanos in as number 6, that is an all-time kick in the ding-ding.
Especially when you read the bio here. And, you look at his accomplishments, and then